Once, there was a young woman named Maya. She had everything going for her. She was smart, ambitious, and full of potential. But despite all the good things in her life, she always felt an invisible weight pressing on her chest, a tightness that wouldn't go away. It wasn't a physical pain, but one that lived in her mind. This invisible weight was anxiety. Maya would wake up every morning with a sense of dread. She would feel her heart race, her thoughts spiral out of control. No matter how much she tried to focus or stay calm, anxiety always had a way of creeping in, making even the simplest tasks feel like mountains to climb. Whether it was meeting friends, going to work, or even just stepping outside, anxiety would follow her like a shadow. She tried to hide it, to pretend that everything was fine, but the more she bottled up her feelings, the heavier the weight became. She began to isolate herself from her loved ones, ashamed of what she was going through. She didn't want anyone to see the storm inside her heart. One day, as Maya sat in a quiet corner of a coffee shop, her mind racing with worries, an elderly woman sat down next to her. The woman, with a gentle smile, looked at Maya and said, "You look like you're carrying a heavy load." "I used to carry that same weight." Maya was startled. How could this stranger know what she was feeling? The woman continued, "It's called anxiety. And I know it feels like it's crushing you. But let me tell you something that helped me." Maya listened intently as the woman spoke about her own journey with anxiety. She had lived with it for many years, but over time, she learned to acknowledge it without letting it control her. "I stopped fighting it," she said. "I accepted that it was a part of me, but it didn't define who I was. And I learned to breathe through it." Maya was skeptical, but something about the woman's calm presence comforted her. "How'd I breathe through it?" Maya asked, her voice shaky. The woman took a deep breath and closed her eyes for a moment. "Whenever the weight feels too much, take a deep breath in, count to 4, hold it, and then breathe out slowly for 4 seconds. Do this several times. Focus on the breath, not the thoughts. And when your mind races, acknowledge the thoughts but don't let them control you." Maya gave it a try right there, inhaling deeply, holding her breath, and releasing it slowly. It didn't make the anxiety disappear, but something shifted. For the first time in a long time, she felt like she had some control over her reaction to it. She realized that the anxiety would always be there, like the wind, but she could choose how to respond. The woman smiled warmly at her. "You don't have to walk this journey alone. There are people who care. And therapy, meditation, exercise, there are many ways to help. But the most important thing is to be kind to yourself. You're doing the best you can." Maya thanked the woman, and as she left the coffee shop that day, something inside her had changed. She knew it wouldn't be easy, but she had hope. She started to reach out for help and slowly built small habits of self-care, breathing exercises, speaking to a therapist, and finding moments of peace. It was a journey, but it was her journey, and for the first time, she felt like she could take it one step at a time. In the weeks that followed, Maya learned to live with her anxiety, not as something to fear, but as something she could manage. She understood that it wasn't about making the anxiety disappear, but about learning to breathe through it and not letting it define her. She realized that by accepting her feelings and being kind to herself, she could live a full life, despite the anxiety. And slowly, the weight began to lift, just a little, with every breath.